to raise the alarm. You know,
of course it is.
Why, for example, when you look at schools, they won't serve peanut butter in schools because the odd person has died of anaphylaxis. We have 100,000 excess deaths.
Just in the past 12
and all
months.
the MPs are going on jollies in Davos.
Yeah, yeah.
What can't people see?
And laughing and jeering when someone mentions it in Parliament.
Yeah, mocking him and telling him he's going to be dead soon because he's been jabbed and he'll have cancer and die.
And the Prime Minister slams his hand down and categorically says COVID vaccines are safe.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's almost as though we've gone to bed, woke up, and the whole world's become inverted.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So yeah, I won't stop shouting. You know, they can come and get me whenever they want, but I won't stop telling the truth, John. Yes, so I had a hospice nurse reach out to me in July. Her name's Helen. I'm not going to identify her fully. And she said she's seeing cancers in the under 40s and 50s that she's never seen. So prior to the COVID rollout or the jab rollout, we used to see people would come in, they'd have a cancer story. And that story would be 2, 5, even 10 years long. Now these people are dying in 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks. From being asymptomatic and leading a regular life to death. And this cancer hospice nurse said exactly that. She said they're dying before they even get a single treatment. They're dying before they can even see a consultant to discuss treatment.
And you mentioned that horrible brain tumour, glioblastoma.
Yeah, glioblastoma, yeah. This is... She's never
very
seen
aggressive brain cancer.
Yes, of course, and these people are dying literally in weeks from being asymptomatic and leading a regular life, and they're only one thing they all have in common: they've been vaccinated.
You know, you're describing what happened to a good friend of mine, John.
Bless him.
Fit and well, dead within 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
And on the comments, I'm getting a lot of the same thing. This is resonating with people.
It resonates. They're coming in here really angry, John, because they know now.
Yeah. This can't be hidden for much longer, John.
Well, where do they go with it, though? If you go to the coroner, they just gaslight you. If you go to the police,
they're not interested.
They're not interested. You write to your MP, he'll recommend that you get your next COVID booster.
Yeah.
They're insane.
And they are. I've got letters from MPs all over the country.
Yeah.
I can't publish them because I haven't got permission of the MPs. But you know, the vast majority of them are saying, no, we carry on. This is the policy. We follow government policy.
Yeah, they're well paid and they think they've got a seat on the ark.
We follow government policy.
Yeah.
Is another way of saying I was just obeying orders.
Yeah, of course. Well, we see
not an excuse. Just obeying orders is not an excuse.
No, and that was never a defence, was it? It didn't work for those in Nuremberg.
Exactly that. Yeah, yeah. John, you have our complete admiration and the thanks. I mean, as far as I'm able to, the thanks to the British people. You know, and the fact that our coroner system that safeguarded our well-being since the Middle Ages has now got serious question marks over it, but we've got guys like you that are shouting out the truth. Well,
I care very much about other people, and don't get me wrong, I'm aware that I have a family as well. Do you know, the future that these insane genocidal maniacs are shaping for us, and what encourages me is that now, I mean, when I first started speaking 3.5 years ago, everyone said I was mad. I've had members of my own family disown me, you know, and people that I thought were friends, I no longer speak to because I'm the crazy conspiracy theorist. I draw comfort now knowing that people like yourself and other far more intelligent, far more reputable medical professionals are openly discussing it. So I kind of draw strength that surely goodness and truth will prevail. And if we do live in a society where these criminals can be brought to task, they will be. Will that happen? Do you know what? I live now only to testify in the court in Nuremberg, and I hope that happens. You know, I'm going to keep going, I promise you.
And your data, what you've just told me, is completely consistent with the international data collected by Major Tom Haviland. Completely consistent with the undertakers I've talked to, other than yourself and Tom Haviland and his contacts. This is a consistent story that's coming out. Are you concerned for your personal safety, John?
I don't care.
Yeah, the boy.
If I was bothered about me, I would have never said anything. They can come and get me tomorrow. What's the worst that can happen? It puts me out of my misery because it's miserable. It's a miserable. Do you know what? Knowing what I know, when everyone said you were insane, it's really tough. It's a really tough ask. But I think we go through this life, don't we? And we wonder why we're here. I know why I'm here now, and I'm going to keep going. And I'm not frightened of them. I spend a lot of time in the company of death. They know where I am. They can come and get me tomorrow. I could have a car crash or an heart attack or an aggressive cancer. I'm not frightened of them. Let them do their worst.
Boy.
It's about all of us, isn't it? It's about all of us, not just me.
I've had the police round a couple of times with death threats for me personally. And, you know, I find this actually more concerning than you know, a gang of gunmen walking down the street. You can see that, you know the danger.
Yeah, they don't do it that way now. It's done.
What would be more concerning is a cancer or a blood clot
it's
or
done
an undiagnosed
stealthily
pathology or you know.
Yeah, the weapons of choice are not silenced pistols now anymore, are they? They're toxins, cancers, and but I'm not frightened of them. Let them come and get me. I'm really not frightened. Because it's bigger than me. It's more important to me. And if I should die anytime, you know, I want my legacy to be saving others and truth and honesty.
Yep. Yeah, if I can have that on my gravestone, that'll do.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. John, thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Thank you for your time as well, John.
Yeah. Thanks.
Just saying.
Meet Smarty Pants Vitamins. Our kids